bunch of people that I formed really great relationships with. So yeah. It's also like I don't think that these dinner parties. I don't want these dinner parties to be exclusively reality. I don't think they should be exclusively reality. I think they should branch out, and that's the point of a salon. Like you should invite people to the table that have different opinions, not wildly different opinions, but different perspectives that can push you to imagine different things. I don't know what you want. Yes, Baba. Yes, Baba. So yeah, it's just like I think the other thing I really loved was I had so much fear about this. Like I was so nervous that this idea wouldn't be executed well. He sounds like he's speaking English. He might be. He totally might be. But yeah, I was just so anxious about when people show up. Are they going to enjoy this experience? Are they going to participate? Is this a good idea? Do I come across as pretentious by trying to encourage this elevated conversation and encouraging people to dress well and look nice and making a Pinterest board telling people what to wear? Like, do I sound stuck up? Do I sound bratty? Do I sound like I think I'm better than other people? And I'm just trying to make a different space for us to convene and gather. And honestly, when everyone left last night, I just cried. And I think it was also a little bit of, thanks for the follow, M. I think it was a little bit of catharsis. These edges, it's ridiculous. Um, it's been a tough week, you guys. It's been a really tough week. And I think it's just the catharsis of like, losing someone that I love so much, um, understanding what that person's impact was in my life and inspiring me on the way that I want to impact other people. Having this idea that I've wanted to execute, guys. I'm just fussing with my hair because I can't figure it out right now. But yeah, wanting to put this idea into action and wanting it to be good. And it was amazing. And it's crazy. It's really crazy how it just came together and was like so fabulous and so over the top. Literally, y'all, I have so much food. I told my caterer I need food for 8 people, and we could have fed probably 50 with all the food that we had there. Look, honestly, more so probably 15, but amazing. You could grow this idea to make it for all to network and connect eventually, like a conference event. Maybe. I don't want it to be too big. I think that's the whole point of this. Like, I don't want it to be a conference like event. The point is for it to be intimate. And yeah, I feel like everybody, 10 people max. I think 10 to 15 people max. And then maybe if it's a couples event, you could do like 20 people. The point is conversation. I don't know if 20 people would allow space for a flowing conversation like that at a dinner table necessarily. But I think 10 to 15 would be good. How do producers for Big Brother pay you out? Is it literally their check? Yes, it is. I have my Reindeer Games one. But yeah, it gets mailed and hand delivered. And you literally, like it says, itemize on this paper check. And it's a business check. So it's one of those, like, it's like a full sheet of paper and it's perforated. And you rip the bottom off and you go to the bank. And the banker looks at you like, what are you doing with a $800,000 check? And you're like, don't worry about it. Did you? I know I did cash it, but I have the stub up top for it. I cut the stubs for all of my reality show checks because why wouldn't you want to do that? But yeah, so I have the whole notebook. Oh, I moved my notebook for the party, but I have a whole notebook of ideas. And I didn't want to do too much content around this one. I didn't want it to be too showy. But then I really did not. I literally, if this were not the beta version, what I really wanted to do for my first salon was send paper invitations and have a RSVP date and deadline. And I wanted the individual name cards with the seating arrangement and everything. And I just didn't have the time or capacity to do that. And so by not having the time or capacity to do that, what ended up happening is that I hired this fabulous caterer. I hired this absolutely fabulous event designer. And it's this like just larger than life, amazing, gorgeous spread. Honestly, you guys, I fear I have set a impossible standard for myself. I don't think unless I hire them for every single event, like this is not something that I can do on my own, which is really, really fucking funny. It is what it is. It is what it is. Was it like getting recognized after the show? I think reality people are so funny because we all refer to whatever show we were on as the show. So well, you know, when I was on the show, or when I was on the show, or you're talking literally at the dinner table last night, everyone, well, you know, when I on the show, the show. Um, it's getting recognized at the show is like people are either super chill or have no chill. People either are super chill or have absolutely zero chill, which is really funny. Um, but you know, I met somebody at the 25 finale, and if you saw my story yesterday, I was walking to get a coffee. I had Benji with me. We were on the same crosswalk, and the light was green. And he goes, Taylor? And so I paused my headphones, and he goes, oh my God. Like, I don't know if you remember me, but look at my phone. Like, you're my background. And I was like, oh my God, what? So, you know, people are really sweet. And then you have other people that will kind of come up to you and be like, I know who you are. I don't want to interrupt you, but I just want to say, like, really liked your season and you're awesome. Keep going. So you got a whole spectrum of people. And whatever the case is, just be kind. That's what I say. Because you honestly, you never know how that can impact another person. I've ever fangirled over someone. I fangirled over Simone and Sasha Colby when I first met them. Someone just texted me about a moving quote. That's funny. I hope you're having a great day, Team Money. Michael's wedding was so fun. It was just amazing to be there with who all was there? It was me, Joseph, Amira, Brittany. Oh my God, duh. I was it Michael and Brittany, duh. Brittany's husband had me cracking up. We had so much fun. And he is laying on the carpet. He's being very quiet, so we're not going to interrupt him. Hi, Kaden. Yeah, I'm just not on TikTok like that. Like I'm much more of a consumer than a creator on TikTok. But the more I talk to people like Kemi, and the more I just kind of jump on these lives every here and there, a lot of people are like, Taylor, like get on TikTok. It's fun and all these other things. So and it's not bad. I like it over here. Hi, Softy. That's a cute name. Softy, like soft t-shirt. Do you cry a lot? Curious. I'm curious. Oh my God. Also, I had disposable cameras on the table. I'm super, super excited about this. I found a place where you can go and have the picture, like the disposable camera developed and digitized. And so this person's going to digitize all the pictures by tomorrow night at the latest, or really tomorrow afternoon at the latest. So I'm just like refreshing my inbox. Like, come on, come on, come on, give me. Oh my God, it's gonna be so cool. Actually, let me check right now. Trader season 3. What did you do with the 250K? Well, 250K is in investments, but I mean, you know, I got a lot more after 250K. TikTok Live is so confusing, you guys. There's like so many things. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you right now, I will not be on Traders season 3. And it's not because I don't want to, it's because I just can't do it. my contract with Paramount goes until my finale date 2 years after. So September 24th of this year, 9/24/24, is when I can do reality shows that are on other networks. But I was giggling because there's a casting producer from Love Island that's reaching out, and I'm like, we can't. Like, we can't do this. So I was like, yeah, outside of me not wanting to, we literally cannot do this. Whatever happened to the entertainment journalist? Oh, the reality show. I don't know what happened to it, but I was never like eligible because again, that Paramount contract, they got me locked down, baby. Checking my spam. It's not in my spam. Ooh, a check. Love that. Woo! Saying got a payment, an outstanding check to send. I love to hear that. Woo wee. That's so funny. Only a couple more months and you're free. Yeah, but even then, I feel like the shows that I would do are. I've said this so many times. Was Amazing Race? I would do. I would do Traders. That's Peacock NBC. Um, the contract is only from the first season, so not the ones following. If you are asking, if that's like a roundabout way to ask if my um, the Reindeer Games contract would have extended it for me, no. So Reindeer Games, I can't remember if it was 3 months or 6 months, but either way, it didn't matter because my Big Brother contract still, like if you're looking at like it's a bar. How do I do this? I don't know. It would have to be even like this. So if you look at it like two lines, like my Big Brother contract was just longer than my Reindeer Games one, regardless. And I can't. Look, I don't want to be bitchy, but do you guys know how TV works? Like, you can't, these big mainframe, mainstay TV shows don't want to take people from other networks unless it's literally a show like The Traders, where the point is we're taking people from all these different shows and putting them in one place. So I get messages of people being like, do The Bachelorette, do The Bachelorette. And it's like, it's not how that works. You got to go on The Bachelor first, and then you have to be a fan favorite, and then the ABC people pick who they want for Bachelorette, and then that's how you become Bachelorette. And because I'm a not even just a CBS reality show girl, but like a CBS reality show winner, ABC would never take me and put me on The Bachelor. They had the chance. That was the first show that I was recruited for. But no, no, no. I would do Dancing with the Stars too if they ask, but I'm not like big enough for Dancing with the Stars. Survivor players went viral for shutting down our hat post for not knowing how TV works from the couch. Who was it, and what was the context? There's no context in that message. You probably answered this already. Would you do Survivor? We talked about that at the dinner last night. Kemi had me cracking up because we were both saying, like, in theory, Survivor sounds like a cakewalk. I'm not saying Survivor is a cakewalk. I'm not saying it. Because y'all got me messed up. You think I'm getting bit by all the bugs 24/7 and sleeping outside in the cold. Like, However, however, doing Big Brother for up to 90 days, 100 for people from last season, I think if you can go through that mental warfare, Survivor would probably be a lot more feasible than your average person that watches Survivor and says, oh, I could do that. I think a lot of people will sit back and watch these TV shows and say, oh, I could do that, I could do that, I could do that. No, you can't. And I think the people that go on Survivor now, like obviously we all know Survivor only casts super fans right now. because they're prepared for the experience, even though they were quitting last season, from what I recall. Uh, all that being said, I would not do it. Amy, I do accept your apology. You don't have to jump on every platform and do a world tour of apologizing. We're cool, Amy. We're cool. You just can't go after people because you think they're dating your celebrity crush. That's all. But I never took it personally from you, Amy. I just know you really like your person. I'm not going to say who it is because I don't want people to come for you and be like, blah, blah, blah. Mm. Am I going to watch Big Brother Canada? Probably not. And it's not to say like, I'm not trying to make like some big statement about I'm not watching it for whatever reason. I just probably won't watch it. Maybe like it's a little more inconvenient to watch it. I don't know. Hello from a lobster boat off Nova Scotia. Okay, Canadian. Hello. Can you please give a shout out to my friend Anna? Hi Anna. I hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a good day. I hope you are having a good day. It's a good Wednesday. How do we feel about Survivor being a 2-hour premiere? I love TV and I love a good premiere. So like if I were a fan of Survivor, I'd probably like it. But am I going to sit down and watch a 2-hour premiere of a show that I don't really get into like that? Maybe not. I'll catch the spark notes on the Twitter. I do not live in Detroit anymore. I moved to LA. I live in LA now. I'm late to the chat, but who do we like on Traders? Y'all don't ask any questions about baddies. I do not watch baddies. The closest I got, I was at Norisa at a birthday party. The closest I got to like the baddies space was when we were doing a shot, like a happy birthday shot. I said, "Baddie, shot o'clock." That's the closest I've gotten to engaging with the baddies world. And by the end of the party, every time we raised a shot, we were like, "Daddy, shot o'clock." I'm not watching Love is Blind. I really fell off Love is Blind at the second season, for being completely honest. I don't think I even made it to the weddings at the second season of Love is Blind. I think like I saw the first season and was like, okay, you did the thing. We're good now. We're good. Spark Notes. I was looking for the alternative name of Cliff Notes to tell my son. Spark Notes, yeah. Would you do Flavor of Love? Y'all are funny. Y'all are funny. You're so funny. Do you like The Real Housewives? What shows are you watching? I feel like the last real TV binge I had was when I was super, super sick and I was watching all the Netflix shows. So I watched The Trust. We had a fun chat about The Trust at the dinner last night. Basically, everybody except for one person, you can probably guess who, was like, we need to split that. Like, splitting the money is stupid. Get rid of people every time. Why are we all valorous about getting to the end together? And one person that was there was like, like everyone has their reasons to want to split money. I was like, shut up! I'm tired of this, shut up! If there's one thing I'm going to do on a show, if given the option to split money, I'm not splitting it. I signed my contract for my check, not yours. The whole cast of The Trust was unlikable. And they wanted to be liked, so yeah. I wouldn't say the entire cast was unlikable, but it was just like they're all making decisions that did not always have their self-interest at heart. And reality TV is so much more fun and compelling when people are putting their own self-interest first. That's my mini spiel there. Do you guys see how annoying I am? My edges are so crazy right now that I'm literally angling my head. I'm literally angling my head to like figure it out. I'm gonna respond to this text real quick. I'm recommending Roadway for my friend that's moving soon. Because I'm splitting the money against the rules for most shows. Unless they offer it to you as a twist in the game, right? So it's like, if you get to the end, you could keep the money or split it. And so at that point, that's when I would be like, well, it's been so great going on this journey with you. I'm out. No shade, but your season was full of selfish players and you didn't like it. So I was a selfish player too. We were all selfish. That's why reality's fun. You can be selfish without being like a. I'm not going to call people bad people because I get along with majority of the cast, truly. But I think you can be a selfish player without letting biases overrun and impact your behavior and how you treat somebody. So that's all it is. And I think you can be a villain that is likable and exciting. Like I saw something about somebody in Survivor saying, like, they don't. Oh, it was Jeff. It was Jeff Probst that said he doesn't want villains cast anymore. Like that's not compelling television. I think we can't be afraid of having villains on TV as long as people own it. That's where we get into the space of an unlikable villain or like a valorous villain. That's when people say like, I'm so good, I'm just such a good person, and they really believe that, but then your behavior is trash. Like that's not that's not fun to watch. I would much rather have someone say like crazy, vile, wicked, nasty things and then go to the camera and say, and I do it again because this is what I'm doing to win the game, you know? How did I feel about Dan's game on the Traders? He was playing Big Brother on the Traders. So, yeah, I can only imagine, like, if you take 10 years off from reality TV, I barely took a year off of reality TV, you know? So I imagine if you're going and playing a different game and you are known for playing a certain type of game and being a master of it, and that's your strength, you go and you're put in a position where that gameplay doesn't benefit you given that position, you're going to fail. And I love him as a person. My Michigan sibling. I like playing Jane. I like playing Jane as a villain. She's fucking funny. Cause she's stupid, and also her villainous stuff is just so like you're leaning into it and you're owning it. I don't like how he threw Phaedra under the bus. That's game. Like I'm like I probably shouldn't say this because I do want to play traders. But if I am a trader and I'm going down, you would be stupid to think that I'm not trying to throw another trader under the bus to get that scent off me. Like, what? Don't spoil your game. I'm saying the same thing everyone else has said. Yeah. If you're a trader, it's like, if that round table is looking like I'm going down, I am throwing all y'all. Not this trader, that trader. You get that trader right there. Yeah, like what else was he gonna do? I think he just should have done it better. Like he should have planted more seeds leading up to the round table. You can't save your argument for the round table. But Dan's funeral, he's used to the mechanics being a big moment where you have this speech to convince people of something. Throw Parvati under. He could have, but he just chose Phaedra. And honestly, I think it would have been a little more interesting if it actually worked, because nobody at that table was suspecting Phaedra. So imagine if it actually worked. Now you have all the traders looking around, or not the traders, all the faithfuls looking around and being like, if we never suspected Phaedra, the people that we do suspect maybe we're so wrong. Like it could be you, John, or it could be you, another person that I would never assume. I think if it worked, it would have been incredible, but it didn't work. Me defending Phaedra with my life. I understand doing that in this capacity. I will never forget about what she did to Candy. And Candy's my girl. See questions about America and Blue. What I'm not going to do is pit two bad bitches against each other. I like them both. And if you want me to choose sides, you're just going to have to lick the darkest region of my asshole. I don't care. I like them both. We love Candy. I actually got to meet Candy at the women in. Are you heard that? But I got to meet Candy at the Women in Reality variety event, which happened the day that I got taken for reindeer games. They literally like I was connecting with the reindeer games management team, the cast management, and I was like, "Hey, I have this event. Like Julie Chen's on the list, Richard Moonves is on the list. I was like, I haven't been on TV, but I did get invited to the. I haven't been on TV this year, but I did get invited to the event just because reality stuff. So I'd love to go." And CBS was like, "Oh my God, great opportunity! Congrats, definitely." And I was at that event, and then I went back to. I was staying at Todrick's that night, so I got dressed, had hair and makeup, went to that event, and that's where I met Tori. That's where I met Candy. Cherry and I already knew each other. I saw Teresa from Jersey Housewives, and we laughed about the jumpsuit that we both wore. So yeah, no, oh my God. I saw so many people that night. It was amazing. And then literally I went from that event back to Todrick's, got my suitcases that I had to pack, put on sweatpants, like yanked that dress off and put on sweatpants. And I dragged my suitcase down the steps and got in the car. And I was the last person to sequester for a reindeer game because of that. We all remember what Phaedra did to Candy on Housewives. I know that's right. I know that's right. Taking off dress clothes and putting on sweats is top tier. I know that's right. I know that's right. Do you ever join the Beverly Hills Housewives? I gotta have real money for that. I gotta have a real money to do that. Are you kidding me? But if I ever do amass wealth in that way, whether through my own volition or marrying into it or both, I would do the Beverly Hills Housewives. I always said I like the Beverly Hills Housewives because they have real money and real problems. Like I have real money problems, you know? I've always liked Atlanta. I've always liked Potomac. Especially because being in DC when I was in college, like it was just fun to watch Potomac. But we're talking people that got actual money. I like it. Build an all winners alliance. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. All winners alliance. Well, okay. This is like, what you're asking me is different from saying who are your favorite winners and what winners do you want in your alliance? Because if I'm building an alliance, I want it to be people that are strong enough to get me where I want to be winning the game. So, man, I would put. Would I put Franzel in it? That's hard. Like in theory, I would put Franzel in there, but I also that'd be hard. Like I want to play with Franzel again, and like I would like to work with her again. But when it comes to a final two, final three, exactly, like she always gets to the end And once we hit final five, final four, like, it might be kind of hard. So maybe not. What up, though? Where you're like, actually, the box that they just sent me is in my storage closet over here. An alliance. Man, that'd be 7 people probably. Hmm. Why is this hard? It's more like, okay, who do I want to play the game with that I also want to beat? So I think I would put. I love Jag, but he like wins too many competitions for my liking, and I also don't see him having a moment where like he would be willing to risk his game for me or like do something that benefits my game more than his. And that was something I was able to make sure would happen with the leftovers. Hmm. Someone was asking why I would cry whenever I was on the block. It's stressful. Even if I was like when you're initially on there, I would do my best not to cry in front of other people, but it's a small house, you can't help it. But that like eviction night, there are a couple times where you get so nervous, my knees would actually knock. So as chill or as safe as I thought I was, like you still get the jitters of okay, how's this gonna go? Did all the work that I put in pay off? Thank God it did. And that was always fun. No, it was not fun. That was not fun. Sitting on the block was not fun. But you got to find out a way to use it to get into a better position week after week. I played on a mini. I played a mini on a computer and wanted to cry. I can't imagine. Yeah, it is a physical, like a very physically exhaustive thing to go through. Not only because of that one day, but like you have to go through that for an entire week. It's a lot, y'all. It is a lot. Ready? Joseph has a name. That's the bestie. We broke up, but we're best friends. He actually called me earlier. I owe him a phone call. Watch, he's gonna be the one that calls me in the middle of this and ruins the live. I just miss reality TV being fun and not about fans making it personal. It's why no live feeds for Canada. I think that's a bitch move on Canada's behalf, but you know, they got their money where they got their money from. It is what it is. Mm, that's funny. It was rigged for you to win. Child, I wish it was. If only it were that easy. If only it were that easy. Man, I think anybody would want it to be rigged. Like, oh no, it was set up for me to get 750K, $800,000. Ooh, oh no. That'd be funny. Mm. Also, I know you guys are watching the Survivor premiere. Woo woo woo. But I'm on the West Coast now, baby. So technically, that premiere doesn't even happen to me for me until what did it start? 7 o'clock? Is that when it was? So that's what 6. Okay, so an hour is only like one for me over here, I guess. Some former players say it's scripted more than we know. If by scripted, I think like it's just misleading when players don't expand upon their actual thoughts. Like you guys have to use your fucking brains sometimes, not you. Other players from other seasons. So I've said this a few times, but I could sit here. I hope they don't get mad at me for this. I could sit here and get in the diary room and go on this long spiel about how I'm feeling, um, what I want to do in the game. I could say a bunch of things. I could complain about the toilet being stopped up and how that means I don't want to talk to somebody else for the rest of the day. Like I could have this long, long, long diatribe. And so the person on the other side will go, okay, um, okay, give me a second. And so obviously it's on camera, so they'll replay. I've never seen the other end of the space where they work out of, but I think it's pretty obvious. Like they'll replay or have access to everything you were just saying, the video that you just recorded there in the DR, because the camera's always rolling. And so they'll watch it and they'll take notes, and they'll condense it. So if I go on a long diatribe about the toilet stopped up because this one person is pooping all the time, and I just talk about it, and I go on forever. That person will come back and say, okay, let me know if this sounds right. Your plan is to, and then they'll say exactly the words of what I said my plan is. I don't know. My plan is to vote them out because I can't stand how long they close the clog up the toilet. I say, okay, like, how does this sound? So I'm really fed up with so and so because they keep clogging up the toilet. And my plan is to make sure that the House votes them out because I'm tired of this person clogging up the toilet. They'll condense everything that you just said. So it's like, and then after they do that, they'll also say, does that sound right? Does that sound right? I don't want to put words in your mouth that doesn't sound right to you. And so there are times where I'll say, yeah, that's exactly right. Or there are times I'll say, I'm going to add this part, or like, that's not exactly right. How does this work? So it's like when people are like, oh, like it's scripted. It's like, no, it's just condensed because there's literally a TV show that has to air that they have 40 to 45 minutes to condense a week worth of 24/7 gaming in. It just bothers me because like everyone's trying to have a gotcha moment with these TV shows, reality, but it's like, no, let's all just use our brains here, you know? I knew they would do things like that. It's getting more and more obvious as the seasons go on. Well, I mean, yeah, obviously some people just don't know how to talk concisely for TV. So you gotta like cut down what they're saying. Duh. What is the drama with Canada? I look like my grandpa. My grandpa had these hairs would always stick out like this. I just washed and blew out my hair last night, and so I'm trying not to like manipulate it too much, but it would be nice if these pieces of hair would just lay back like that. But alas, they will not, because nothing can be easy. Oh, they're doing the digital diaries again. I guess at least this cast knows what they're getting into, because somebody told me there was like a mom last season that didn't know the live feeds were not live feeds. And so she would talk to her daughter. You're biased. So opinions might differ with players who have different experiences. I mean, maybe, but also maybe some people are just like looking for excuses for their behavior or what was said or whatever. But also, like, I'm not doing the show anytime soon. It's also not my responsibility to like dissect all this stuff. The only time it's my responsibility to dissect all this is when I'm getting paid by a company to dissect all of it and interview people. My whole feed is people talking about Survivor. No, thank you. That's not even shade. I just don't watch it, so I don't have enough knowledge to really get into it like that. I remember I did the Bryson Wen event in Ohio, and they had a Survivor watch party there, and I just people kept buying me drinks, and I remember I got on Twitter and was like, Survivor looks fun. Women in Survivor. Or I think I said something like, this is the official petition to get me on Survivor. It's like, we all know that's a joke. So funny. Did you have to go to the DR every day? There were probably days that I didn't go to the DR. Um, yeah. I don't know about these folks, but what shampoo do you use? I want to know. So I was sent Oribe. Let me look at exactly what the line was. Green Oribe. Okay, so I use the green Oribe. It looks like this. So it's the moisture shampoo for moisture and control. Clearly, we're struggling with control up here. But it's actually amazing. I have their deep conditioner, I have their conditioner, and their shampoo, and I have yet to try Sacred, but it is probably my favorite shampoo conditioner combo that I've ever used. It's so good. Are you gonna do every reality show in the world now? No. I'm not trying to do a reality show around the world situation. Would you go on Challenge USA 3 if you got the call? No, thank you. It's not for me. My favorite cereal is Frosted Flakes with whole dairy milk. That's my rule. I will never eat cereal with a milk that's not like whole, 2%. Whole is going to mess me up a little bit, but I will never eat breakfast cereal without 2% milk. Non-dairy milks are not meant to be eaten with cereal. And the best thing about Frosted Flakes with milk, you slice up a little fresh banana in there. So good. It's so good. Frosted Flakes with slices of fresh banana. Super good. Fiona, that's sweet of you. Oh, y'all call Frosted Flakes millennial cereal? How does that make any sense? When did Frosted Flakes come out? Frosted Flakes came out in 1952. How is that millennial cereal? Please explain that to me. If you know, you know. I don't know. And you're in my live in the chat, so tell me. I'm trying to know. Any more lodge events coming out with Paramount Plus? Probably. We had a really good conversation about doing that for their upcoming lodge events. They just did one in, I think it was Vermont, but it was like literally the week after the Super Bowl. So that just didn't make any sense. And I'm glad I didn't sign on for that considering how life played out over the past week. Frosted Flakes with banana hit at night. I will say this. I hate breakfast food outside of breakfast time. I will not eat it. When I was in school, and so like the lunches at school, when they would do on the menu breakfast for lunch, I just wouldn't eat. I would be so upset, genuinely so upset. Have you been caught doing that millennial thing yet? Probably. There's a lot of millennial things that I do. So many millennial things that I do. Cereal is a snack to me. I could see. Oh, it felt good. French toast hits all day. Yeah, yeah. But something, I don't know. I'll eat French toast at brunch. I don't know if I like you or not. Are you real? Depends on the day. I'm actually AI. I'd like to see you on All Star Big Brother. I'd try for the check. I like the idea of all winners. Um, yeah, if there were like a specific All Star, all winners, I would do that. But you know what else? If the check was big enough and the time was cut down a little bit, I would do All Stars. Not saying the check to show up. Winners versus fan faves. That would be fun. No way you can't leave that cute puppy. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, that's not something I've ever had to think about. Well, reindeer games, but that was 6 days, 10 days, and he was doing his obedience training, which was not still peeing on couches, so how's that going? How is that going? If there's a reality show I can see you on, it is The Bachelor. Once upon a time, not long ago. No. If y'all know that song. Maybe that's the closest I'll be into the like baddies space era. Baddies, shot o'clock. and that Mariah Lynn song, Once Upon a Time Not Long Ago. I don't think it back. How was dinner with Simone? Amazing. Simone was just like so locked and loaded and into it the entire time. Um, just a doll, an absolute doll. I love her. It's my Goyle. And she still has my original HOH robe, but whatever. That's my friend. I love her. I love her so much. And Courtney had me cracking up the whole time, just like effortlessly hilarious, has these one line quips that are so good. We talked about The Circle, we talked about Big Brother. I remember Simone actually asked all of us, what is it like being on camera 24/7? And so it's literally me, Kyle and Kemi and Courtney. We all looked around and we were like, oh, we all were on camera 24/7. But obviously with The Circle, they have some more breaks because there's no live feeds on The Circle. So like, yeah, you're on camera 24/7, but you're not being projected long out to the world 24/7. I'd love to be on Big Brother as the oldest house guest. Like I could ever get on that show. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. I have to use more makeup remover. I did a really shoddy job because I was just trying to get out the door to get this what was I trying to do? I was trying to get my disposable camera to the place. I just joined. Wait, you're on The Circle. No, I'm not on The Circle. Courtney Revolution was on The Circle, and I had him at my salon dinner party. Campfire! Come on, Big Bear. He said, all y'all bitches is giving little gifts. Let me give this bear beating on his chest. I love you, baby. I watched your coverage of the Wendy doc. Heartbreaking. Heartbreaking, y'all. Did you all see the Wendy doc? So here's the thing. I want to learn more about alcohol-induced dementia. If you cut out the alcohol, do you revert back to your memory working and not be, I mean, like watching Wendy like that was really hard. I refuse. I think it's unethical. I can understand think it's unethical. I think it's very obvious that the producers of the documentary went in expecting one thing and uncovered something completely different. And I think that is a story that needed to be told. Like, it was very sad to see Wendy in that state of mind. I've seen mixed info on that, but I heard from a doctor and it's not reversible. Well, I imagine dementia is not reversible. So it's kind of like, okay, at what point do you, once you reach your neuron maximum, once your neuron reach maximum damage, that's it. It's really hard. Do an IG live with Heisem on this topic. Oh, I would love to. I miss Heisem. I haven't reached out to him in a minute, but I adore him. It'd be fun to talk about. Well, I won't say fun to talk about, but it'd be interesting to talk about with him. But I understand why people might think that it was unethical. I personally believe the producers of that doc went in uncovering something and then, well, went in to cover something and uncovered something different. And we're like, okay, well, this is the experience that she's having. These are the people who are enabling and potentially harming her. This is what the family that wants to protect her is trying to do. We have to create something out of this, not just because there's contracts signed and dollar bills on the line, but literally because this is the way you can get the message out there to show how inaction and bad management is impacting a person. It was really, really hard to watch. Her manager and publicist seems no longer be working with Wendy. Goodbye. Good riddance. I don't want to see that publicist nowhere. If I hear that publicist is working with anybody, I know they got some fucked up shit going on in their lives, and we got to save them. So, not to wish a black woman to be unemployed, but she got to figure out some other sort of employment because publicist is not the one. Okay, she don't need to be a publicist. She don't need to be a manager of a person or a McDonald's. Okay. He's mad. Stole that woman. I won't say she stole her, but took that Wendy's directions saying we're going to go to LA for 3 weeks and just took her. Didn't tell anybody. Didn't tell anybody. She's blaming the filmmakers of being exploited. That woman is blaming the documentarians of being exploitive to her. I know you fucking lying. You cannot trick me. You're joking. You've got to be joking. Oh, exploitive to Wendy. Okay. I'm less angry, but I'm still fired up. They magically have to find some flyer places and keep stacks of cash around. You got that fire in your eyes. I'm hot. You can't let people harm someone who is clearly in need like that. She was more concerned that she looked terrible in the documentary. She being the publicist, because she did. Let's talk about that. She looked terrible in the documentary because she was terrible in the documentary. And she was terrible in real life to Miss Williams. So let's talk about that. Her leave out was crazy, too much shopping. No, because I need to talk to you about this hair. I need to talk to you all about this hair. Okay, family, come here. I know in this position right now, I should not be the one to talk about hair. I will own that. That's why I'm giving you angles, okay? Because we gotta hide this craziness, okay? But why was it her curls here? Why was I seeing her and then a different texture? And it was different textures in different directions. No, I am pro black on black crime for this one. It wasn't right. The curl pattern was wrong. And I'm saying this as someone who had some heat damaged hair. The curl pattern was wrong. It wasn't right. Put that hair up in a bun, bitch. Ooh, sorry, I shouldn't have called you a bitch. Put that hair up in a bun. What are you doing? You're on camera every day. You're on camera for a certain amount of time, okay? I was on camera every day with live feeds 24/7. I'm allowed to look crazy, okay? There were some days that were rough for me in that Big Brother house. I looked at some of that hair and I was like, you know what? It's not a beautician shop. The hair was laid on BB. You know what? I appreciate you extending that kindness to me. When we had a live show day, the hair was laid, okay? Oh, man. No, that Miss Girl needs to get some edge control. She needs a wax styling stick. Okay. A deep conditioner and a ponytail holder and a slick back bun. Okay. She needs that brush. We can lay it all down. I don't even want her to mess with her edges. She just needs a wig. She don't need a wig because she'll find a way to fuck that up too. Put it in a bun. That's what I want to see. You want her to play around with a wig? She'll have that thing tucked down her eyebrows. She won't even get a wig with bangs on it. She'll pull herself out. The lace will still be on it. I need to stop. I'm talking a lot of shit for someone that could not style a wig for the life of her. Oh, man. Mess. How are you guys doing? How's your night? How's your evening? On Reindeer Games, you slayed every episode. The makeup slayed every episode. The hair was not blending. Those extensions were custom cut for when I didn't have a blunt cut. Like, you all know I cut my hair and I cut it all blunt to be one length. So those really long extensions were custom cut for when my hair was like layered and longer. And so you have to be really, really meticulous when you go straight or when you curl it or anything like that. Excuse me. Most didn't notice. We did, but most didn't. Most did not notice, but it was the first thing I noticed. Oh my God, it was driving me crazy. And the crazy thing too was like, I'm used to living in that space. So not always just going to a certain drawer and having my flat iron and like doing my beauty routine in the Big Brother house was definitely different for me. Definitely different for me. Look how nice that is. Look how nice it is when it's just played. Yeah, I was hurting watching it back. I have the DVDs of the season though. That's not going to do anything except for watch me wash my hair look unblended. Oh man. Are you growing out your hair? I'm just letting it do whatever at this point. I get my heat protectant, I get my trims. I don't cut it, I trim it. But I still like, I'm not going natural in the sense of wearing the curls all the time. The true secret commenter junior has just joined. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. Thanks for the crown, Kenny. So yesterday, oh my God, I got tagged in this video. I guess the girl on Big Brother, she sounds like me in her intro. That was some laid hair, baby. That was some laid hair. I look good. You see that girl apologize for twerking on that singer and now her boyfriend has a new girlfriend. I don't care enough about that part. I can't bring myself to care enough about the like, oh, they broke up and now he's dating someone else and she's single. Like, I just don't care. I feel like have fun. Like, it's a celebrity that you're never going to see again. Like, I said this, like, y'all would never survive the Janet Jackson Would You Mind era where she literally put her palm on men's crotches and was rubbing up on it. Y'all would never live. Why are we all in this puritanical era? I need everyone to get a little toy or something and like chill. The way people drug her was disgusting. It was wild. It was less like, what was weird to me was less of how people like were dragging her, and it was more the, well, if I were that in that situation, I would never treat my man like that. And I just have too much decorum and respect for my relationship. It was giving very pick me. Like the response was giving pick me. That's what it was giving. It was giving like, I'm a good, I'm a good, proper woman, and these other girls, they just don't know how to act, and I could never do that to a man because a man's place is above, and all this stuff. And I'm like, please get a fucking grip. Please get a grip. That too, up on a big high horse. Not even up on a high horse, but also like, it was like a personal advertisement. Are you saying that as someone who's been in a relationship longer than a year? Yo, drag me! That was good. That was good. But even then, I kind of feel like I'd be more excited about it then. Like, I can't imagine Janet Jackson or hell, Beyonce or who else? Megan the Stallion, as one of my Twitter followers said. I can't imagine a world where I let whatever insecurity or like demand for, I don't even see it as disrespectful. It's like you're this fine ass, sexy ass, amazing, award winning artist is doing their little bit that they do city to city or whatever. You better get up there and give a show. You'll embarrass me if you just stand there. Have fun. We're all here to have fun. Have fun. I mean, if they don't take my man, take me the fuck. Hello. Hello. Duh. Ooh, here comes the madness. Here comes Benji. Benji agrees. I see all the viewpoints. I just think it depends. No one's wrong. Okay, let's answer this like very honestly. Yes. If I was in a relationship with someone that I know would be hurt or take offense to it or just like feel like it was disrespectful to a relationship. Personally, I wouldn't be in a relationship with someone who feels that way. But if I love a person and I'm in a relationship with a person like that, like I'm not going to do something to antagonize or harm. Like you just, when you know your person, you don't do things that are going to trigger or harm them intentionally. You don't do that intentionally. But knowing me personally, like I'm not going to be with somebody that's not